In this video tutorial, we're going to start our third tin. Again, we're going to use our topo survey points from before, but this time we're going to also use that survey extents boundary. I'm going to edit it to fix some of those problems that we did in an active tin editing session in tin 2 to prevent the damming at the top and bottom. And then we're also going to use our 3D break lines, and those 3D break lines are going to be very important in terms of improving the quality of this tin. So to get started, the first thing we want to do is we want to fix those survey extents, and what I might do here is make my survey extents layer a little bit transparent, and then turn on that tin 2 that we had underneath it and zoom into the top and the bottom, and then we'll edit that survey extents so that we're going to exclude these areas that we're producing the dam. Okay, and so if I click on this guy, I can right click and hit edit vertices now that I'm in an active edit session, and then I can use this little tool here, which is pretty handy, to add a vertex. And so I'm going to add a vertex in here and in here, and now I'm going to drag those vertices, and I'm going to drag them so that I don't include data that might make this tin over-interpolate to produce the dam that we saw before. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do at the top of the reach. Now I'm going to come back into the bottom of the reach, do a similar procedure. I'm going to add a few vertices, and now I'll just drag those vertices well inside my data so that I don't get any of these busts forming. Once I'm happy with that, I'll save my edits. Notice that it adjusted that feature, and I'll stop editing. Now I'm ready to build my third tin. I'm going to zoom back out to the full extent of the data. We're going to go back into our toolbox where we've been before and create a tin in a similar fashion to before. We're going to call this tin 3. We'll again import our spatial reference from one of the old ones, and we'll again use our topo survey points as mask points, get our elevation from the shapefile itself, and then I'm going to use survey extents again. Remember to change the height field to none and the surface feature type to hard clip. And then what's different this time is I'm going to add in that 3D break lines, and this time I really do want to use the height field from the shapefile itself, and we'll do those as hard break lines, and we'll click OK. So that's gone ahead and created that, and there's a few things to notice. So just so we can make this look like our other tins in terms of symbology, we'll grab that symbology from tin 2. And if we zoom to the bottom and top of the reach, we'll notice that we don't have the dam problems that we had in our original tin 2 that was unedited at the top or the bottom. The beaver dams still do show up here. And now I can see in here I've got some, oh, it's not showing up because we imported the symbology. I'm going to go back to properties here, edge types, and so hard edge. Okay, for some reason it's not showing those break lines, but we can see the influence of the break lines pretty well. What I will do is I will use my effects toolbar to illustrate that to you. So if I put tin 3 on top, and then I make sure that I have tin 2 on underneath, and then I swap around in some of these areas, you can see the difference in having those, when I swipe and pull away the third tin, you can see the importance of having these break lines. Let's go to a place where we didn't do it. So now you're looking at tin 3, and there's tin 2, right? And you can see how much tighter that looks and how much more it looks like actually what we would see in the field, and a tight channel that has these hard banks that run along sort of a smooth line, as opposed to all these irregularities, which are simply artifacts of the tinning process. Okay, so this really illustrates nicely the importance of having good break line data. And you'll notice that when we're doing these surveys, how irregular the point spacing is, but the feature codes that tell us we've got a top of bank or we've got a toe of a bank, etc., are the things that really allow us to produce a better quality tin. And so that concludes this video tutorial, and what we're going to do next is export this tin to a raster DEM.